Okay, I am audible now. I think so.
Yes.
My video clear है मेरा?
Yes, sure, sir. Clear.
Okay, now I will start with the session. First, let me introduce myself. Hello, everyone. My name is Sumit Kaila Jagtap. I have secured 507 rank this year, and I have been allotted to Indian Railway Traffic Service. The background sound is coming. Now it's okay. I have been allotted to Indian Railway Traffic Service. Currently, I am on leave for 3 months. I am going to join my service in January. So I am here with you. I will start with my education background. I have completed my education till standard from Nasik. That is the place from where I belong to. After 11 12, I went to do my chemical engineering from KKO College of Engineering, which is also in the Nasik. After completing my BE, I went to Delhi for preparation. But after going to Delhi, I came to know that it is not necessary to go for classes. So I didn't attend any classes, but I was there in Delhi for 8 months. Meanwhile, I also prepared my optional political science from Shubhra Ranjan ma'am. But after that, I returned to my home. After returning home, I started self preparation, but there was lack of guidance, and there was nobody in my family who were in this service or in class 2 or class 1 service. So because of lack of guidance, I could not qualify my first prelim. So that was the biggest setback. But that time I met with a few people, they who were already in service or who have given interviews. So they guided me through my when I was doing my second attempt preparation. So by God grace and bit hard work, I qualified prelim, mains, and interview. I have got a very good score in GS. It is 418. If you guys have seen the mark sheet of this year, then above 400 is the best score for GS. Now coming to UPSC preparation. So I will start with the prelim, mains, and interview. I will divide it into three parts so that I can uh, talk in whatever required in different phases. So the first thing is regarding from where to start. From where to start. So I will suggest you guys that you pick up previous year question paper and syllabus. Read it thoroughly. So it will give you a brief idea regarding the jump in the whale in which you are going to take. You should know the depth of the whale in which you are going to make a jump. So syllabus and previous year question paper will help you in that. Regarding the books resources, sir and I will later tell you on personal interactions and discussions. They are freely available in the market. That is not the issue. But the major issue is of the approach. There is a different approach for prelim, there is different approach for mains, and there is different approach for interview. While doing prelim preparation, we will have to mug up lot of things, lot of facts. The same facts in the mains you will have to use while you are writing. Means when you are writing, you will have to use the same facts which you have mug up in the prelim preparation. But here mugging means not this article 1 contains this article 2 contains this article 3 contains this. No, that mugging should have something logic behind it. If you if you see the previous year question paper, then what UPSC generally has done that with particular year it has given specifically more weightage to particular subject. If you check the question from 2016, then 2016 paper were loaded with the environment session, environment subject. 2017 was polity, 2018 was of history, 2019 was bit current affairs and general. It was bit unconventional, and this year it was totally unconventional, and more focus was given on agriculture. So to do all these things, one cannot simply rely on the resources. Means static books like Lakshmikant or Spectrum or current affairs magazines, XYZ. So one has to also practice lot of test. I personally have given lot of test, practice lot of test and revise them. So test plays a very important role in the prelim. at least you should practice 35 to 40, 50, around 50 tests while you're doing your prelim preparation, and at least you should revise them 2 3 times. uh, Before that, you should have revised your static portion at least 3 to 4 times before giving any prelim, because it becomes very tense situation in the prelim when you see a question, you know the context, but you don't know the actual answer because of lack of reading. If I have to give the example, then I will quote my example. In 2018 prelim, there was a question regarding 1935 Act, 1935 Act, Government of India 1935 Act, where it was mentioned that the residue powers lies with. So in that question, actually I have read that 1935 Act 2 3 times, but in the actual exam scenario, I was not recollecting that the residue powers lies with the Governor General. It was a bit common sense question, but actually I was not getting it. So I mark it wrong and mark it as a precedent. And it was my foolish mistake. So for such type of questions, you need a lot of revision of the static portion. Now, second, that this prelim has become a lot of unconventional and lot of logic and logic oriented. Means many a times you have to apply your brains. If again I have to quote an example, then last year, there was a question regarding Western Ghat. That Ghat passes through five states. So that statement was wrong, because being from Nasik situated in Maharashtra, and Gujarat is very near to my boundary, state boundary. So I was knowing that the Western Ghat is also in the region of Gujarat, that Dang region. So I can easily mark it rightly. If I have to quote the last year example, then there was a question regarding Vijayanagara art and architecture style. So Vijayanagara, that question was of Kalyan Mandapa. Question was that the Kalyan Mandapa is associated with, and there were four alternatives were given. The answer was Vijayanagara. Many of my friends mark it wrong, but I mark it right. Um, Hello. I mark it right, because I had done I had applied some logic of word association. Uh, I, I had seen a movie named some Kalyanam something, which was in Telugu. From that, I came to know that this Kalyan was associated with South Indian, most of the South Indian part. So with the elimination, I arrived at Kalyan Mandapa at Vijayanagara. So I make it right. This year also there was many tricky questions. Like there was one question regarding artificial intelligence. So in artificial intelligence, many people have marked it wrong. Still, answer key is yet to come. But there was a last statement that wireless transmission of electricity can be done with use of present level of artificial intelligence. So such many questions you will see in the actual exam. So that time you don't have to get panic. You just have to keep yourself cool and take the statement whatever right statement in the there by elimination method. So again question arises that how you can practice this elimination method, how will come to know about this elimination method, because apart from me, you guys have heard from many toppers that you can pass your prelim by elimination method, and not by simply rectifying each and everything. So regarding elimination method, I just have to tell you one thing, that you will have to again practice a lot of questions. Question practicing will give you a brief idea that how you should thought, how your thinking process should be, and how you can arrive at a particular answer. Though not particular answer, but at least you can eliminate two options, and the remain from the remaining two, you can get one right. Okay, so it is always prelim is always regarding taking chances. This time I could not qualify my prelim because I was having very less time, only 7 days for studies between my service allocation and prelim, and my score was 97 because of this elimination method only. I didn't get a lot of time to practice, but though also my score was very good, but could not qualify because of 1 2 marks. That is not issue. So this is about prelim. So I told you about the approach. Now the second thing regarding prelim is when you sit in the exam, you have to keep yourself cool. Generally, what happens? Many of you might be a first timer or second timer giving exam. So after getting into the exam hall, you guys become very nervous regarding the question paper, and you guys start daydreaming that what might be the question, how will I take it, whether I will finish it in time or not, whether I will be able to attempt maximum questions or not. This question will come to your mind, but avoid such a irrelevant question in the exam hall. Just sit on the bench and just say to yourself that it's okay. I have studied a lot of things. I have done a lot of hard work. From whatever I have done, I will just have to pass this exam. Your aim should be the passing exam, getting 100 and plus 105 plus minus 5. So you don't have to top the prelim. You don't have to get your score out of 200 out of 200. Okay. So I was talking about our first paper. Now, regarding second paper, many of you guys are neglecting paper 2, GS2, CSAT, Civil Service Aptitude Test paper. This year also, many of my friends who are already in the service or who have given many times interview failed to qualify CSAT paper. I myself have got only 90 marks in the CSAT. So this paper was bit tricky and bit tough. Last year also it was tough. Last year they have given lot of graphs, and this year's paper was question was too simple, like odd number, even number, prime number. But generally we neglect such silly things, and because of that we have committed mistake. So you guys, while you are preparation is on, you start giving focus, that you give adequate time to the your CSAT paper 2. Practice previous year question paper. It is a recent paper 2014-15. So practice from there, and whatever point you don't get in the actual, you don't try to solve, then you can watch its video, or you can ask your mentor, or you can do it from any book which you feel comfortable with. Okay, so now I have talk about prelim paper 1 and paper 2 and the changing the trends. So now I will focus towards the mains, that how should we approach for the mains. Again, for mains, many will suggest you to give a lot of test, but I personally didn't give a lot of test. My focus was on enriching my knowledge and how I can produce it in the actual exam. So I used to think about the question that how will I produce in the actual exam, how will do. And along with that, rather than giving test, 3 hour test, I used to write, I used to daily write 3 to 4 questions from different resources, and I used to get them evaluated from my mentors, my friends. So in this case, they used to give me feedbacks, and in the next day I used to implement them. So this was my trial and error method for GS, and because of that, I have got 140 in GS4, 100 GS1 and 2, and 78 in GS3. So it is a quite good score. And a similar thing I have done with my essay. I just write 6 essays, 2 in the beginning and 4 before the exam, and I have got evaluated them to my friends and mentors, and I have secured 130 score in my essay. So here again, you will have to do a lot of answer writing practice, daily answer writing practice, rather than taking test from the market and solving at one time. You will have to solve that test, but not that much. You just have to solve them for your time management, not for your content and value enrichment in your answer. Okay, so this is what I have. I am making it bit fast because of the time constraint. Again, we will address this in our question answer session. Don't worry about it. Okay. After that, regarding interview. So in the interview, for me, my hobbies played a very crucial role. I have 2 hobbies. One is the snake rescue and rehabilitation. It is very unconventional that nobody rescues snakes and rehabilitate them. So being living in the mountain areas, so I got to habitual of rescuing snakes. Being situated in Western Ghats, there are a lot of snakes. And my second hobby is table grapes gardening. That grapes we are eating. That we have our farm of table grapes gardening. So I mentioned it in my DAP. in my actual interview, my whole about 70%, 80% of my interview revolved around my hobbies, because nobody were having such hobbies, and even panel members were having lack of knowledge regarding my hobbies, so they were more enthusiastic about knowing my habits. So our whole interview revolve around it. So I will suggest you that should have good hobbies. Don't keep conventional hobbies such as I like to read books, I like to do jumping, jogging, I like to watch movies, I like to do traveling, I like to have taste of different foods. ऐसा कुछ normal hobby मत रखो. Find something different one which is unusual and unconventional. So it will help you in your interview, actual interview. Uh, उसके बाद the board members are very cordial people. They will make you comfortable. So don't worry, don't take tension about interview right now. Just right now think about the hobbies, that which hobbies you are going to jot down in your DAP 2. Rest first uh, crack out this prelim means, then again at the time of interview I will take a different session. Okay, so this was about prelim, mains, and interview. After that, I will also have to focus bit out what that how I started my UPSC journey. Means what motivated, because in the journey of UPSC, you people will have to have very good motivation, self motivation. I always tell people a short story that it is like that do you know that diya which we inlight while during Diwali or any festival. So what happens in that diya, there is an external force which ignites that what is there now. So what happens that when we ignite it in the evening, in the morning, that diya is vanished, that flame is gone out. But what happened with the forest fire? If we start the forest fire, then it burns whole the forest and then it takes rest. How forest fire is start, that it start with the friction between two branches of a tree. After getting frictional, the heat is generated and it ignites the forest fire. Somebody is talking, please silent your audio. So somebody is disturbing. So give focus on your self motivation rather than finding external motivation. That find your which message. Instead of finding external motivation, find self motivation. Don't rely on any other, that he will motivate me, or I will motivate you. So just focus on that. Be self motivated, self confidence, because this exam is all about confidence. So actually I was not a studious chap in my school, though I used to be a mediocre average percentage. Till the last year of my engineering, I was not sure about my career, and I was also not knowing anything about civil services, and I never thought that I will do civil service in my life. But my father is in the police service, state police service. So once I visited his police station, and I saw that he was saluting a SP sir of that time. So it hurt me. It hurt my ego. That I used to think that my father is a very great man, big man in my village, because everybody used to call him Dada. So I thought that no, somebody should salute my father. But the I was having only two options, that whether I should become a minister in the state or center, or I should myself become a class one officer. Becoming a minister, be- becoming minister was not a cup of tea for me. Being from a normal background, so I thought let's give a try for civil services. Then I started preparation of civil services in on 17 June 2018. Before 7 June 2018, I was not sure about doing anything. I just told to my parent that I am thinking about doing civil services. So he said, okay. most of the guys are going to Delhi, so you also go to Delhi for your preparation. So when I went to Delhi, my room was only a area of bathroom which is there. So I was there for 8 months. I used to study for 10 to 12 hours. That was my maximum limit, because many toppers or many people will tell you that they have studied 18 hour, 20 hour, 15 hour. Believe me, it is not practically possible. If you devise your timetable very uh, hectically, then also it is impossible to study for 18 to 20 hour. So 15 hour we can study. 15 hour means including your newspaper, 2 3 hour newspaper, and that too before 2 months of prelim or 2 months of mains. It is good, but you cannot do it every day. So uh, and it also varies from individual to individual, because many people are having sitting capacity of 2 to 3 hour for per sitting. Many can sit only for 1 hour, many can sit for 6 hour, many can sit for 18 hour, many can sit for 10 hour. So it varies. uh, you choose your timetable which suits you. Don't copy anybody's timetable. Only copy the resources of others. This thing you just start by yourself. Okay. So there is message that our session is going to end in for 5 minutes. I don't know how, but in next session again we will start with it. Okay. And do write your questions on a sheet, and while asking, just raise a finger in the chat box, and then you ask. Don't rush everybody at a time, because I will not able to answer the questions if you ask all at a time. Okay. uh, After that, I have told everything about my brief, my study, my education regarding the pattern of the exam. And those who are in Marathi, they are doing in Marathi. There is my YouTube video, Sir Sumit Kaila Jagtap, on YouTube of 2 hours. In that, I have explained also regarding mains, how you can study for mains. It is 2 hour video. I have given detailed subject wise analysis, so you can watch it. Okay. So I think so. This session is going to over in 2 3 minutes.